Welcome back to Good Morning Vail. This morning, like most Monday mornings, I am joined by Dan Smith from Vail Mountain Rescue. And Dan, each week you kind of recap for us what your week has been like with Vail Mountain Rescue.
Yeah.
And it's been pretty busy, hasn't it?
Yeah, there are a few weeks I have to get creative. This wasn't one of them. We had 6 missions this week, which makes it 58 for the year so far. And this was 2 rafts or kayaks, 1 mountain biker who went over the handlebars and had no feeling in her arms for quite a while. It came back. She banged her spine pretty good. And 3 hikers. And the hikers all had one thing in common. We were playing a little game before we came on the air. They all separated from the group they were with.
Okay.
And they never got back together. All 3 hikers took a wrong trail or wrong turn or something of that nature. Group gets to the trailhead and no missing hiker, and it's 911, what's your emergency? So we went out and we found them all, and they were none of them in great danger, but they were all right about dark, and things get very strange at dark because 2 of them had no light source at all. And the danger then is that they get a little bit panicky and they try to move in the dark. You can't move in the dark without a light. I can't, you can't, the cameraman can't, nobody can. And you're going to fall and hurt yourself, especially when you're in rocks.
Right.
And if you hurt yourself and the part of yourself you hurt is your head, you're in deep trouble. So don't separate from your party. Like I was saying, it was a dark and stormy night. The party separated. It was a bright and sunny day. The party separated. Most lost hiker missions start with the party separated. Don't do it. Stay together.
There you go.
Works every time.
Really solid advice. And one of my first responses when you said, okay, what do you think that the hikers had in common? I thought, oh, they rolled their ankles, because that seems to be very common. And so we were actually talking about your hiking boots. So you have some kind of, higher hiking boots. And why do you wear these? Like, instead of, it's so easy just to go out in tennis shoes. I do it all the time. But why wear something that has a higher ankle to it?
Well, you've got that little round bone sticking out right here. And go home and take a large, heavy object and just tap that bone once.
No.
You'll now understand why I wear boots that are that high. Also, you've got very, very good soles. These have another year in them. These get worn on concrete a lot. This is a light pair. It's called the Loa Renegade, but there's many. Oslo makes a good one. There's many people make a boot at this level. For heavier loads, this is for kind of a light pack because the sole's not that thick. For heavier loads, Loa makes a heavy hiker, and everybody else does too. Comes up a little higher, built a little stronger. You pretty much can't roll your ankle in it. You can break your leg, but you can't roll your ankle in it. Those are for carrying a 25 to 40 pound pack. Much over 40 pounds, what are you doing that for? Rent a llama. There's got to be a better way.
Rent a llama. But really good information. I think it's so easy just to say, I'm just going to throw the tennis shoes on. But even just on some of the easier trails, coming down, it's
tennis shoes come apart.
Right.
We had one young man who had boots, but he had old boots, and they came apart on Holy Cross, and he was walking on Holy Cross in his bare feet.
Ouch.
It was very ouch. It was serious ouch. You can't underestimate the quality of the footgear you need. All your weight, however it is, whether you're 98 to 110 pounds or my 180, all of it's going on that foot. And it would be a good idea to take care of that foot. Tennies have a habit of coming apart. And when they get wet, they stay wet. And then your feet stay wet. And even if you have dry socks, they're going to get wet again. These, I don't get wet. I have nice, warm, dry Tootsies all day long.
Warm Tootsies. Well, that's something too, like thinking of the weather that we do have in store for us. We are expecting to see some thunderstorms really
I'm shocked.
in the forecast all week. I know, Dan, this is good news. We're excited
It's
for
very
some
good news.
here.
Look at my yard.
Yeah. So just really quickly, some things, for people that are going to be out doing some day hikes while they're in town. So have some good sturdy boots
and
hiking boots. And
a map.
And a map.
I'm doing a dog training this morning, and I'm walking half a mile, maybe, on a trail I've walked for 20 years. Got a map.
Still bring a map with you.
Always bring a map.
All right.
The Nat Geos are a good map, or just the Vail Summit Hiker map's a good map for 90% of the stuff around here.
Okay.
Carry a map. I have a small pack with water in it. It also has a compass stuck in it, and it has a tarp and some first aid gear. And if I was going out long, it'd have lunch, but it's got 2 power bars in it.
Okay.
Power bars you hate.
I know.
I wouldn't
right?
eat these things unless I was starving. That's the idea.
There you go. That's the idea. Well, some solid tips, Dan. Thank you so much for coming in
Take
this morning.
care.
It's always such a pleasure. All right, and VailMountainRescue.org for more information about the organization and the incredible people behind it. We're going to take a quick break, but then Megan has a look at that weather forecast, and we do have some moisture headed this way, so she'll have all the details.